She's a beautiful woman.
I'm surrounded by children.
You actually are.
Well, technically, I guess Pixel's probably young enough to be my kid.
No.
I was going hard at 8 years old.
He could legitimately be my grandson.
Yeah, probably.
How's it going, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, with Fred Flintstone, Mr. Pixel, and Zach.
Yabba dabba doo.
All right, so the reason we decided to do this one because, well, the big thing is that in the MCU, they're going to have M.O.D.O.K finally appear in Ant-Man 3. So I figured, you know what? Let's chase trend for a little bit. And hopefully people tune in. I mean, this is my first time reading this. This is Tales of Suspense number 94, which is the first full appearance. They mentioned his name in 93. So I read both. Wasn't required for that tonight for everybody to read. But I got to say, I was reading this. I was surprised that they don't name drop Sharon Carter. Or
is there going to be a quiz?
Sharon Carter was around for a couple of years before we actually learned her name.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like,
is that who this girl is, or is this girl someone else?
That's her. That's Agent 13. She was known as Agent 13 for a couple of years.
75 is the last time they met, right? I think.
I don't remember.
Really? Wow. Somebody look that up. Tales of Suspense 75. I think that's what they say. That's the last time they were together. But in this issue,
if we go through the book, won't they say last scene?
Well, maybe they will if you read it.
I did.
Good for you. We'll just talk like this the whole entire night, Wachowski.
This is going to be an interesting stream. I like little M.O.D.O.K.
He looks like a toddler that really, it's like just throwing a temper tantrum in the checkout aisle at Walmart.
For those who are wondering what we're doing Tales of Suspense 94, first appearance of M.O.D.O.K. I gotta say though, I did not know what to choose for the thumbnail, so I was like, you know what? I finally went in there and I said, I was to show his first appearance, the page, splash page. I figured that's the most appropriate, so you don't need to watch us. See you later.
So we're going to skip
kind of
over.
thrown off because I thought it was a Captain America and Iron Man story. No. And then I found out, it's only half Captain America.
Wouldn't that be great, though? Wouldn't it be great if they actually just did a Captain America team-up story instead?
That's what I thought this was, yeah.
Zach?
Yes?
So wouldn't the comic book be called Tale of Suspense if they were together?
Pixel,
not if there were multiple issues.
Pixel, okay. I was gonna say you just back out and just skip to the M.O.D.O.K. story. Yeah, the first one's you get an Iron Man story in there, but the Captain America stories are the ones we're focusing up, which sadly are in the back of the book. Outrage.
Well, it's the back half. It's not like it's a 3-page backup story.
No, it's the backup story.
No, it isn't. They rotated. Don't be a Venkman.
Help it. It's all he is.
It's in my contract. Yes.
Capture the short straw on this issue. That's it.
I
want to address, is it true that when Captain America throws his mighty shield that all those who chose to oppose that shield must yield?
Unless they're a giant cube of ice that he finds himself in.
Yeah, so basically Gravity's pointing out something cool. If you see page 2 of the story and count the number of times they say M.O.D.O.K, it's like 10 times only on that page.
Oh, really?
I'm going to count how many times they say it throughout the entire book. I have a little...
In issue 93, basically, you see Captain America swimming down to the hidden, basically, A.I.M. They have a little sub. It's basically in one of the trenches. And he's got his little sub gear on, thanks to shield, until they fire a pellet ahead of him. They're like, and then basically it fills his mask, with gas, and then he wakes up. He ends up him and Sharon and teaming up, fighting against everybody. The only problem is that Sharon ends up getting displaced by M.O.D.O.K. In this issue. Like I said, it's a very fun issue. So let's kill off Captain America.
Oh, those. All right. If this be M.O.D.O.K, and starting now.
One.
All right. We can go ahead. That's fine.
Look at that gun. Holy crap.
Look at that gun. That
Remember
looks
when-
like a transformer.
Yeah, remember when guns used to be like not guns, but just like huge cannons aimed at your head?
The identity of M.O.D.O.K. 2.
And that's the thing too with the it's the comic code. They actually couldn't draw it as a real gun. They had to draw it as a laser gun.
Like a toy or something, maybe? Yeah, something a toy would be.
I think so.
Now, where can I get this toy
No, you
gun?
could draw guns, but this was a supervillain organization. They're not going to be running around with like Lugers and stuff.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're going to have guns that look like they could double as your kid's microscope for science class.
That looks like a hand cannon.
Yes, it does.
I do
See,
like-
you have violent tendencies. See, I went to scientific,
Scientifically, it'll blow your freaking head off.
and you can observe plankton.
All right, so
I would like to point out, since nobody brought this up, this is a Jack Kirby drawn story. So
yes,
extra good.
sadly, there's no George Bell. We're stuck with Joe Sinnott.
Thank God.
Okay. How dare you, graphic man? How dare you? Just for this page alone. Have you forgotten M.O.D.O.K? M.O.D.O.K? M.O.D.O.K's ears?
You know, that's actually the truly sad thing. You know who had been doing the art just a few issues earlier?
Ramita, right?
No.
Who?
The great one, Eli Katz,
Oh, really?
otherwise
Why'd
known
he leave?
as Gil Kane.
Because
Because he was probably in such demand. Yeah, there were some nostrils that need to be looked up, and
I mean, look at the nose there.
Cap right
So-
there. It looks like Jack Kirby's trying to copy.
All right,
Bill
so
Kane's
pause right
shit
there, Pixel. Pause right there. So
I'm
basically, what's
pausing.
happening is Captain America is paralyzed. He got hit by the paralyzing spray that they sprayed him, and Sharon Carter basically ended up stepping up towards the M.O.D.O.K. Every first I see her is a screen right there. She's transported somewhere else, and an upper left panel. Basically, they don't want to serve M.O.D.O.K. He was just supposed to be a lab project, but now he's in control. So they're trying to form a revolt. They're like, we can't fight him, so we're gonna have Captain America fight against him, and they'll leave in while he's distracted. So basically, they are gonna let Cap, as they transport him, they're gonna let him fight, and then they're gonna flee. I mean,
Cowardly beekeepers.
I say that's highly intelligent of AIM.
Not bad. Not bad.
you could say it was quite the advanced idea.
Yes. All right.
10 times. You were right. I had to do a double count, but you were right, graphic man.
There's M.O.D.O.K again. Cap's thinking his name.
Yes. And now we continue.
And then he becomes purple, and he hails Hydra.
Oh,
All right.
No.
All right, and immediately he's hit by a head beam blast. What do we call it? A psionic blast from a freakishly large head. And I gotta say, Captain America went
Brain
face.
beam.
Captain America went face to large face with this criminal, as they said in the Marvel.
This is
tagline.
where Skip shows up and says, "Light the beam."
I mean, look at Palpatine with hair.
God, look at that giant head. It's a giant head on a little.
I'll hail Palpatine.
I am M.O.D.O.K.
Teen.
M.O.D.O.K. team.
Once I was just a guinea pig, but they did their job too well. Now I am their master.
Once I was a guinea pig, but then the hand went up them.
I mean, if we ever read this, I'm reading as Cartman. Right there was a meal human guinea pig. Damn it!
You're supposed to read Captain America's. Cartman.
Just think if Reed was in this issue. Hey, little M.O.D.O.K.
Excuse me. You would
Where's
say,
my beer?
hey there, little M.O.D.O.K. You been a special boy?
There's no limit to the power of his strange, uncontrollable brain.
Yeah. So basically, M.O.D.O.K. is I gotta say he's less annoying than he is in the cartoons. The cartoons they just take it up to a 20 as far as him just being overconfident.
He's been Flanderized.
So Captain America thinks he's like, he's got, I'll just jump out of the way, but he basically increases his basically he using his psychonic blast. He has I guess telepathy. He's able or telekinesis. He's able to just throw Cap around.
He has many different types of mind beams.
I know, right?
He's got shocking beams and shatter beams and beams that heat the floor.
So, Zach, I gotta say, my standout people in this whole entire issue are the AIM scientists that are revolting against M.O.D.O.K.
Yeah, because they're just like Cap will keep them busy.
They are the smartest. They are the smartest henchmen ever.
Well, remember, they're not even henchmen. They're the ones that created them, and then they just became henchmen.
Attack M.O.D.O.K.
What if M.O.D.O.K. crossed over with the New Gods and stole Metron's chair?
Oh,
yeah, because he's actually got the Doomsday chair, right?
I would probably read that.
This is also the first appearance of the Doomsday chair that M.O.D.O.K. flies around in.
M.O.D.O.K. busy.
Captain America is generously fighting our battle for us. It's a shame we can't give him the reward he deserves. Coward.
But I suspect he'll get it before too long.
Are we reading about this? Are we talking about it? What are we doing?
I'm just pointing out the dialogue that I remember from reading earlier.
I'm counting, okay?
Now, I love the fact that they have the line arts. When they blast it, the line going up. That is just cool. I love that.
It looks really good. Jack Kirby. I mean, this is some really good Jack Kirby art.
But is no one going to point out that Pixel's actually got a wall clock in that freakishly large hand of his?
Yeah, he's keeping track of all the time M.O.D.O.K's name gets brought up.
Yes. Actually, it's not a clock. That's his pills.
Well, I had a grandfather clock somewhere.
Yeah, I love the dialogue. Stan's doing the fantastic dialogue, but I did not suspect M.O.D.O.K. to just get hit in a blast like that. I was like, wow, he only lasted an issue.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was essentially a one and done.
Or did he? Because he shows up later in the eventually in the Captain America book after this.
Don't waste time on M.O.D.O.K.
Well, I can't remember. If you can't find the body, are they really dead?
I can't remember. Well, Osama bin Laden's still alive.
Stay behind me, lady.
No.
He's going sledding. He's about to hop on it like a toboggan.
I gotta ask, Breen. You read Captain America around this time. Do you remember the appearance he comes in after this, or not the name of the title, but do you remember if he was a cameo? Is he actually fully back working with Red Skull or something like that?
I mean, when was M.O.D.O.K.'s next appearance?
Yeah, next appearance.
Well, this was several years before I started reading comics.
Oh.
But
I apologize.
As far as when he made his next appearance, I honestly don't know, but I think he popped up again in Cap 120 something, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because honestly, I gotta say, I do like the fact that they actually have him Cap as being overly just awesome in this. Look at this, like they raised this up, and then there's the shield right there. I don't know if he threw it in or if he just set it down, but that's still a cool scene.
I like to think he threw it. It's like
they're like, oh shit, it's Captain America's shield. He's free and found us.
And then it gets flattened like a pancake.
It does look like a dinner plate right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the size of a washing machine and shrunk his body.
I mean, the poor guy, he can't get up at all. His head's just too big for his body.
You can't get it up.
he's like Palpatine.
Oh, You son of a bitch.
So he says, "Screw this. It's my last stand. I'm taking everyone out." See,
If I'm dying, I'm taking everybody with me.
He's not going out like a little bitch, that's for sure.
That is
if I die, you're all dying.
That is literally Palpatine. If this ship goes down, he's taking us out with him.
Yep.
So they commandeer this, and I love what it says. Don't move, as Sharon Carter says. I can assure you, I can use this weapon as well as any man. Equality for womanhood.
You're one of Fury's agents. We believe you.
I think we can forget about M.O.D.O.K.
They only believe her because she's one of Nick Fury's agents. If she was somebody else, they wouldn't believe her.
So, did anybody count how many names on total in this inner issue? I know, Pixel, you were. I thought you were. So yeah, I guess say it's a short little issue. I mean, obviously you want to read 93 and 94 together, but 94 is where all the greatness happens, and it's where we get to see M.O.D.O.K. And it's M.O.D.O.K. has been one of those villains. Like he's my least favorite villain when it comes to Marvel stuff. I would take Stiltman over him any day, or even was it Glue Gun Pete or whatever it is? Pace Pot, sorry.
I would take M.O.D.O.K. over either of those.
Yeah, because so basically he started off as a Captain America villain, but he became an Iron Man villain, right?
He fought just about everybody at some point or another. He was in the supervillain war in Iron Man, or the War of the Supervillains, where I believe he fashioned a body that was proportionate to his head.
Oh.
But I think that's the only time they've ever done that.
So then he became like Krang from the Turtles.
He fought Captain America, then he was in Submariner 49.
Well,
He
was in what?
Submariner and Aerosauce.
Close enough.
He was in the Incredible Hulk. It was the War of the Supervillains in Iron Man. He fought Miss Marvel. Just a whole bunch of heroes.
Which head would M.O.D.O.K's wife prefer to be made bigger?
If you think about it, I said M.O.D.O.K. was in and out in under 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
He works fast. I applaud
think
him.
about just like I said. I mean, how long that would be drawn out today?
I was about to say they were very efficient back
Yes,
in
they
the
were.
60s.
very propitious.
So almost 30 times. His name is almost said 30 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like when they kept asking us what is a Hulk? That was like every other page.
Who is the Hulk? What is the Hulk? How is the Hulk?
Why is the Hulk?
I'll do you one better.
All right. So cool things about this issue, or I mean, not the story. At least if you go back to the Iron Man story, that was the last appearance of Titanium Man in this issue, but he has come back to Iron Man 22. But apparently, M.O.D.O.K. says he's going to be appearing next in Captain America 117.
Yeah, that was all my 3.
It's okay. I figured you were pretty close, spot on with 120 because I remember reading this before. I'm going off my information from MarvelFandom.com. Take it what you will. It's a Wikipedia done by fans, kind of like Comic Vine and Wikipedia itself.
And your mother.
And I'm pretty sure.
Well, my mother is smart. Leave her alone.
The next time we see M.O.D.O.K., that was during a time, I think it was 1970, where Martin Goodman got the bright idea that since newsstand distribution wasn't always, how should we say, reliable, he banned multiple issue stories. So everything for a year was one and done.
So when did they get his origin story? That must be later on, because this doesn't say, because apparently the Wikipedia says his name's George Tarleton.
Yeah.
And it says, and as M.O.D.O.K., they must have retconned it because it says, and it has the dots between the letters, it says, mental organism designed only for killing.
Well, so originally I think it was spelled
computation.
with the C.
Yeah,
it was originally meant for computation, but then they changed it to the K.
I've never seen it with a C.
You liked it with the K, didn't you, Zach? You wish there were more.
Captain America Annual number 7 is where that's from.
M.O.D.O.K.
And So they must have retconned this because it says his origin. It says that he joined the A.I.M and worked with them to create the cosmic cube. And the scientist supreme, Lyle Gatz at the time, decided they needed a way to study the cube, and they created the M.O.D.O.K, mental organism designed for only computing. This is in Captain America, said annual number 7. So, and then like that's where we get his origin, I guess. But apparently he's had 3 different origins, though. Mainly because new Marvel writers suck. They can't stop retconning things. Just leave it alone. He's a guy in a floating chair. Let him be. You know.
But what about the other guy in a floating chair?
Well, the fact that he has a wife and kids that look exactly like him is disturbing.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Which is weird considering he's gay.
You jumped a whole lot of sharks there.
Well, we never confirmed that his wife is actually a woman.
What is a woman, though?
Well, she is now.
Anyway, I just want to say anybody that's complaining about the little glimpse that we saw of M.O.D.O.K in the Ant-Man trailer needs to shut up. Look at him. Look at him.
I heard though that they're gonna like go with this still. Look, and there too. They're gonna have both looks.
Oh yes. See, that robot thing was a mask,
a battle
and
mask,
it comes off, and it's the face.
Okay.
It's supposed to be. It's actually supposed to be the guy who was Yellow Jacket in the first movie.
So if you take Shark Boy and Lava Girl, that movie, there's a creature too with a giant screen that has a face on it. It's the exact same.
That's M.O.D.O.K. It's M.O.D.O.K. though. That's exactly what he is.
Shark Boy. Remember him from Impact? When he was did the Steve Austin stuff. Give me a shell, yeah.
So I actually used to get M.O.D.O.K and Arnim Zola mixed up all the time.
Like little Zach just completely ignores it goes on.
How?
Wait a second. Yeah,
they both had weird big heads.
But Zach, I figured if anybody could keep their Nazis straight, it would be you.
This is when I first got into comics. all the Nazis look the same to me.
Next, you'll say all the Japs look the same.
I didn't say that. I said all the Nazis look the same.
We are not associated with the real Dr. Bankman. He's not really a doctor or really Dr. Bankman.
I'm just saying, if he's really into Nazis, wouldn't you think he'd also like the people that like the Nazis?
Actually, Pixel, why don't you look down and denounce? I'll look up and denounce, and we'll be good.
And then I'll just look up and denounce all of you.
Well, who cares what you denounce? We know. Who you like.
You know, I'm just gonna look up and look at the sub count. All right. So, like I said, any questions, guys? We have some chats in here. People even chatting. Rhaegar, it's great to see you. Graphic Man, Maranya, Glinzer, Jay, Zach is in here too.
He doesn't usually have his hair like that.
Hello to the comic book frog, our wonderful leader. Thank you.
Nobody's saying that.
Ask Eric if he thought this M.O.D.O.K character was a working of the character Quasimodo, which was a large face on a view screen. Or who was that?
That is true. Well, Quasimodo was a guy that popped up, I think, in one of the Fantastic Four annuals, and he tried to get the Mad Thinker to give him a body because he achieved sentience.
Oh.
And then there was a Silver Surfer story in the back of a different Fantastic Four annual, or it might have been the same one, where he tries to get the Silver Surfer to help him, but it could have been where they got the idea from.
I just thought he was a guy in the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Well, which is Quasimodo, which is where that came from, obviously.
Yeah, that's cool though. I didn't know about that. That story.
You are ugly. I am ugly.
And Graphic, that's probably what Graphic saying. I picture his hover chair also being set up to contain his waste extraction.
What do you think that little beam is below him?
Light the beam!
If M.O.D.O.K isn't Skip's favorite villain with all of his different beams that he's lighting, I don't
Well, to be fair, though, that's what Doc Brown was powering the DeLorean in the second one, using garbage excrement.
No, he was using garbage. He wasn't using crap.
He was not taking the shit straight into a
Apparently, you guys didn't see the
powered battery.
Apparently, you didn't see the director's cut.
Apparently,
George Lucas squatted on there.
George, what? What? No.
All the Nazis look the same to me. Zach, wow, way to stereotype a group, even a villain one. Speaking of that, of Germany and stuff, I was watching Norm Macdonald. He said, like, it's funny that Germany's still a country. It's the fact that they started to take over the world twice and almost won, but they're allowed to stay a country. So
yeah, that is a favorite of mine too.
yeah.
What do? They say we're going to declare a war against the world,
And then they do it twice.
and they again.
Go figure.
Yeah, so if you think about it, I mean, they would have stayed a country had they won. They stayed a country when they lost. What was the point?
I know.
The guy should have stayed a painter.
Right?
Could have saved history a lot of problems.
And this is why you don't attack people like George Bell. Graphic.
I'm just gonna say that we all know that Hitler. Everybody knows that Hitler. Whenever he referred to his book, he called it Mein Kampf. He had a little ride virus.
George Bell could be the next.
Whoa!
Just remember, George Russo's, aka George Bell, worked on Batman #1.
Yeah.
You know who didn't work on Batman #1?
A lot of people.
Hitler.
It's true. It's true.
And well, he was in the comic books back then.
Bob Kane?
Bill.
But Bob Kane didn't work on Batman 1 either.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So here's the other origin. Apparently, George Tarleton was a skilled technician from Erie, Pennsylvania. So that was it's before becoming M.O.D.O.K. And then the second, I guess, one is his story is recounted by his father, Alvin. Alvin, the father of M.O.D.O.K. Said that George lacked intelligence and was hired as a janitor for A.I.M. Can you imagine that? He's basically a janitor. Oh, okay, I stumble into a device, and all of a sudden, I got a huge head.
It's like the Toxic Avenger. I'll lay you guys doing in there. Gets covered in chemical waste, and then suddenly, hello, Janet.
It's like a really bad hazing that A.I.M does to the lower member.
It'd be like Gomer Powell was M.O.D.O.K. I was cleaning out the shitter, Andy, and I just stumbled into this toxic waste. Now I got a huge head. Woo-wee.
It's like all the higher ranking member. Hey, George. Hey, why don't you come over here? We dropped something. We need you to clean it. Oh, no. We locked you in the strange experimentation chamber. Sorry, your head's 5 times bigger now.
Yeah.
Gomer, I don't know why you have to be evil now, but
he would, and they'd go around going, well, hey, Sharon Carter.
So him being a janitor or a skilled technician from that was Pennsylvania was actually from Captain America 120. That was his origin that they did. And then the janitor origin was revealed in M.O.D.O.K. Head Games #4. And then
Head Games.
So then the third retcon, I guess, or third story says he was a smart man hired by the U.S. Army for weapons research who took the samples collected from the monsters of Sin Kong and for study, that was in the Marvels #3. So, come on, can we disagree? Is this a giant guy named M.O.D.O.K. that basically is upset that his kitty keeps starting to eat his chicken pot pie, and let's go on with it. Respect my authority. I'm M.O.D.O.K. I am your master.
Maybe we could just have a book. Choose your own origin.
Right? That's the Marvel pop-up books. Choose your origin. Yeah, for all the villains, like, well, we can't use that one. That one likes bed sheets. The other one. Zack's like, that's my origin.
I do have to say,
Uh,
I do like the look of M.O.D.O.K. The
Yeah.
hair still, it just bothers me. Okay.
The hair is off-putting. Maybe if it was above the headband and not beneath it, maybe that would be a little less weird. But
I like the fact they gave him a little like inflatable air tube to sit down on.
it does kind of look like an inner tube, doesn't it?
Joe
It's
Sinnott's
a
inks,
beam.
yeah. So basically, Jay's saying that Joe Sinnott's inks look great on I think it might be Kirby, not Koibe's. Koibe's pencils.
Creepy.
No, he means
typing
like
it
that.
in
He's,
Oh, yeah, I
he's
just want to
doing
make
it
sure.
with an accent.
Yeah,
Koibe.
but I still got a nostalgic hankering for the texture of Chick Stone's coloring book.
How do you manage to get all the wrong accents?
Like 5 accents in one sentence.
Because I'm a whore. I like to
You
do a
started in New York, then you went to country, then you went to
He
Christopher
started.
Walken.
He started in what?
He started country.
No,
He started with New York or Boston.
New
New
York City.
Who the fuck talked about the city? No one.
Flint City. Nobody's
I
got yell
did.
jump the shark now.
Hey, there's only one city in New York, okay?
Boy,
New York is a state. New York City is the city.
great on Koibe's pencils in this ish, but I still got a nostalgic hankering for the texture of Chick Stone's coloring book style of inking.
Oh,
There.
man.
There you
I
go.
am M.O.D.O.K. and
It's
I
like
need some more.
that.
I need some more cowbell.
More cowbell. I
Cowbell.
got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
This lost
only-
viewer.
Prescription is more fantastic.
All
Four.
right, so I don't really know what else to say more about this. Breen, what are your thoughts on this issue? Obviously,
Is
you're the more-
M.O.D.O.K. the best
Oh,
you're the more
villain?
you're the more mature
I
of us.
I stopped thinking 20 minutes ago.
We never started.
Nope.
No, I said this was another example of how creative Stan and Jack were. That a character that I don't know that there was ever any plans beyond these 2 issues, and another character that has survived to this day. I mean, that's I mean, look at him.
Yeah. He's very distinct.
So-
yeah, you're right. Very creative. You can pick him out. Very visually.
So I want to point out how evil M.O.D.O.K. is. In 124 Captain America, he basically turned one of his failed henchmen into a cyborg because he failed them. So instead of after Captain America again, he's like, "We're gonna make you better. We're gonna put $6 million into you."
I want to go ahead and say that given the end of this, where you have Captain America, like Sharon asks, "Oh, what about M.O.D.O.K? Do we ever have to worry about him again?" And Cap's like, "Wait a minute. Oh, listen to that explosion. I don't think we have to worry anymore."
You know,
There were no plans.
so I gotta say, our next screen is going to be number 48, where Dr. Doom takes on M.O.D.O.K. directly. Cartman versus Christopher Walken.
I like the sound of that. I think that we are going to be able to arrange that little get together.
Why are you in my ocean?
He said submariner, not Aqualad.
You know, Zach,
They're all underwater.
there's a reason why I have my camera off when I do that. Because it looks pretty freaking stupid.
All right. On that note, I think we'll end it right around here. Unless anybody else has any more questions or concerns or complaints about it.
I've got a lot of concerns.
I think there's a few complaints out there, chill.
There's more than a few, yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Basically, good issue, short, sweet, to the point. And
It goes out with a bang.
It does go out with a bang. And hopefully when we go ahead and see more of M.O.D.O.K, it'll be decent. I feel like M.O.D.O.K is one of those characters that really suffers from, and it's the term flanderization is basically when you have a character and it becomes its own parody. Like Ned Flanders started out as, oh, well, I'm a good Southern father. And then it just kept turning into that to the point where he wasn't really a character. He was the idea of the character.
So I'm going to say this. I really hope in the movie they kick him over and he cries on his back.
They did that in one of the cartoons.
I tried to be
in Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Let me up!
I think Thor was like, "What's with the giant baby with the large head?"
Yeah. So Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 Quantumanium, I think is the name of the title.
Yeah.
Which is the only movie I'm looking forward to not because of M.O.D.O.K's in there, just the fact that I just love what's his name? What's his Paul Rudd, yes, Paul Rudd. Sorry. I always forget this name.
I don't know. Kang in that looks pretty good.
Looks phenomenal.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. Executive decision time. I think we should next week cover the first appearance of Kang the Conqueror.
I think next week we should just read. We should cover next week. Is Avengers Lost in Time?
It would be Avengers.
A Lost in Time.
Would it? No, Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four number 19.
The Avengers Lost in Time.
Wait, Kang first appears in number 19.
No.
As Rama Tut.
As Rama Tut, that's right.
Kang, that's Avengers number 8.
Yes, but if you want to watch both Avengers with Kang, read Avengers number 11, and then check out the book that came out this week called Avengers Lost in Time by Paul Levitz and Alan Davis. Great follow-up. It feels like he just went to the next issue in the same year.
And then ask yourself, why did Spider-Man never use his wings again?
Why did who?
Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah. He makes wings out of his webbing.
Why did who?
Spider-Man!
Holy crap, why'd you scream it?
All right. Yes! I wanted him to hear me all the way in New York City.
New York City.
All right, it's your favorite part of the stream where we're ending now. If you haven't done so, please hit like, leave a comment down below after the stream, and if you haven't subscribed, why not? Why
proper authorities?
Also, to the guy below, Fred Flintstone, he's the guy paying for everything on this channel. Throw $1 in his Ko-Fi bin. Help him afford underwear.
Please, I'm poor. God.
The guy spends money on not only the Marvel app, but the DC app and StreamYard every single month. To be fair, the Marvel and the DC are once a year payments. So, but there's still a huge chunk out of his wallet. I mean, and not only that, he's always having to finger puppetine. Please.
Let me ask Pixel a question.
Yeah.
Do you have a mortgage?
No.
Then you can afford it.
Well, he lost his house already.
Oh no.
Oh no. Let's get gone before the virus spreads further.
So be serious. You don't have to leave a donation if you don't want to. It's no pressure on that. I'm just saying, if you want to help the channel out, it helps out. Cool. Helps us bring more content. I know everybody loves the Fantastic Four readings we've been doing. We're doing another one in the next 20 minutes or so. Yes. And if you want to keep this channel with the lights on,
wait a second. That sounds more like a threat.
Well, would you rather have this channel with the lights up with us, Bree?
The lights will be on either way.
Okay, donate heavily to this channel and we'll go away.
I want the lights on so you
Actually,
have to watch.
we won't, but they don't need to know that.
Yes.
The light will be on anyway. And you know what they say. If you can't beat them, you might as well join them and fund them.
That's true.
They don't say the funding part usually, but I added that.
4 lights on, nobody home.
All right, guys. So we'll see you in 20 minutes or so. We're going to be reading Fantastic Four number 58, part 2 of the 4-part story where Dr. Doom steals the powers of the Silver Surfer. Get ready for some awesome fun. I'll be drinking heavily, and hope you guys.
Where's the eggnog?
And Lil Rhaegar will be frightened.
He has a right to be.
Yeah, but really, this is turning into an Englentinian goodbye.
Well, dude, I'm fine. I'm gonna start singing "Happy Trails." Okay.
Happy Trails.
Also, like, even longer.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.